Well, good morning to my TikTok family. I hope everybody had a great evening, whether you're a caregiver or not. Good morning. My name is Rachel, but I go by Butterlove on this app. I am also under the same name on Red Note, Blue Skies, Lemon 8, Instagram, and on Facebook it's Rachel Butterlove Banks. And I am a generational caregiver. Um, and if you want to know more, just ask me. Scroll down, you know my spew, how I started and where I'm at now. But this morning I'm coming to you from my car. We don't know what this app is going to do. We don't know. My goal in life is to open up a mental health day support center for those like my son who is battling mental health and other physical disabilities. And I want to give out as much knowledge and education and information and resources as I can. One of the topics that I have talked about on here a lot lately and in the past is gun ownership and mental health. I am a firearm owner. I own 15. I also am licensed to carry. Now, in my state, you don't need a license to carry. There's different scenarios, like as long as you're, I believe it's 21, you can open carry, because I live in an open carry state. But to carry concealed, you do need a concealed gun permit. Um, the reason why I speak so much about gun ownership and mental health is because of my son. Gun ownership is a privilege and a right of all Americans, point blank, period. And for me, keeping my gun secure, whether it is my handgun or high power, I own 15. On my way to 16. I got one more gun that's on layaway, and that's it. But it is important for me to keep my firearm secure and safe at all times because accidents happen. We just had a child a year and a half ago that brought his mom's gun to school. I believe he was 5 or 6, and pew-pewed the teacher. Now, the teacher is alive, thank God, but the mother has lost her gun rights and she is in prison. For me, because my son is schizophrenic, traumatic brain injury, and early onset Alzheimer's, I have safes that are bolted. My son cannot get to my firearms. The only two people that can get to my firearms is my oldest son, who is a Marine veteran who lives about 7 minutes away from me, and my youngest son, who is active Marine, but he's in Minnesota right now with the Marine Corps. But it is so imperative that you secure your firearms. That's just like me leaving my 45 out around my 6-year-old granddaughter, cocked and loaded, with something in the chamber. Why would I do that? So if you're a caregiver and you own firearms, it is your responsibility to make sure that your firearms are secure. I'm going to tag a good friend of mine. I did post he's doing a free firearm safety class. He is the founder of the Black Gun Initiative, which I've shared his Facebook group here. I've also shared his YouTube here. Kendrick gives back to the community. He gives back. Kendrick is one of the most profound men of courage. I respect this man so much for what he's done for our community. He stands 10 toes down on protecting black women and children. He is the co-founder, as I said, of the Black Gun Initiative. I did share his Facebook page here before and his contact information. And he is also partners with Zach Tacticals. Um, If you contact Kendrick and you would like to be educated in firearms, the first thing Kendrick is going to do is get you in the classroom. Before he puts a firearm in your hand, you're going to learn. And not a lot of instructors do that. Every member of his group, every member is a licensed firearm instructor. I'm going to repeat that. Every member, men and women, because he has some powerful sisters in that group that are firearm instructors. And they don't play. They educate, they teach, they show you the different types of handguns, ammunition. These men and women have dedicated themselves to educating the black community on your rights and gun safety. Period. So if you are a caregiver to someone who may have Alzheimer's, traumatic brain injury, schizophrenia, dementia, DMDD, or is autistic, and you have firearms, it is your responsibility to conceal your firearms in your home. Because the last thing you want is to be responsible for that person hurting themselves or someone else, or even hurting you. because a bullet does not have a name on it. If you do not know how to conceal your firearms, please, for the love of God, dispose of them responsibly. And there are two ways you can do that. Two that I know of, that I trust. One, you can contact, if you're in the DMV area, you can contact the Black Gun Initiative. My boy Kendrick, like I said, I will tag him on here. His group on here is called The Movement. I will tag him. You can contact him and he can assist you with that. Or two, you can go to the police station and freely give up your handguns. Now, some police stations have a buyback gun program. Now, don't think you're going to get what you pay for your firearm, and that's okay. The point is that safety. Or if you don't have a safe or a gun lock, you can always go to your local police department and say, hey, I have a firearm, can I get a gun lock? 9 times out of 10, they will give you a free one. You don't want to lose your gun rights or your freedom or your life because you want to be an irresponsible gun owner. If that's the case, why would you? I mean, it's like I said, it's like taking all your firearms to a daycare and leaving them cocked and loaded around children. So, once again, if you are a firearm owner and you are a caregiver, secure your firearms. If you cannot, please get rid of them in a responsible way. If you're not in my state or can't get to the movement, my boy Kendrick with Black Gun Initiative, and you can't contact him because he DMV, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. If you can't get in contact with him, talk to your local police department. Please don't hand them off to cousin Pookie or your sister Neek Neek. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. Because we all know we got some unstables, Neek Neek and Pookies in our family. Do the responsible thing and relinquish them in the responsible way. I don't want that on my conscience or lose my rights as a firearm owner because my son has hurt himself, or my grandchildren. Even if you don't have someone in your home that you're taking care of, if you have small children or teenagers, be a responsible firearm owner and secure your firearms. Please. Kevin cannot get to any of my firearms, and like I said, I own 15, from handguns to high-power rifles. I have been dealing and operating with firearms for the past 30 years. There's a joke in my family. My mother's from the country, my stepfather was a cop, and my sister was a criminal. So I got the 3 C's. So I've been around firearms my entire life. My entire life. I have 2 Marines who have been around firearms their entire lives, and on top of that, being Marines. My grandchildren are all trained in firearms. The 2 oldest, my oldest son. The youngest ones, they know grandma and daddy has firearms, but they can't get to them because they're up in a lock, safe. Do the responsible thing as a caregiver and secure them. If, like I said, if you can't secure them, contact your local police department, or contact my boy Kendrick if you're in the DMV area. And if you're not in the DMV area, please contact him because he has contacts all over in many states, and they can help you as well. You guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, in the resource tab in my bio, you can always get information on African American doctors, going from neurologists down to psychologists. And also, there's also information on how you can get paid as a caregiver, because I don't think people realize the financial strain it puts on us being a caregiver. I want you guys to be safe. And as always, I want to thank you guys for your support that you have given me on this TikTok journey. It is beautiful. And Kevin and I love you guys so much. And thank you. I'll see you later.